What the fuck is a DCU doing? So, we're getting an update on a new upcoming project called the Dynamic Duo. And I'm assuming a lot of people have already heard of this because everyone thought it was an upcoming Nightwing and Red Hood story regarding the two widely beloved characters in the Bat family. But this is the information we have currently on it. DC's Dynamic Duo script is reportedly being rewritten. We don't know whether that's a good or bad thing. That one's it's not a good sign. It's not a good sign, but it could be rewritten for the better. Who knows? The disaster artist writers Scott, not going to pronounce that last name, and Michael H. Webben are now working on it. And I have no idea who they are, so I don't know what they've worked on yet. I will drop some of the titles of things they've written before and I don't know what the disaster artist is. Like I have no idea what that is. Never heard of it before. And the film will be following Dick Grayson and Jason Todd as orphan thieves, calling themselves a dynamic duo. It is being produced by Matt Reeves and James Gunn. And in my opinion, one of the dumbest concepts, it will use a mix of animation, puppetry, and CGI. This is kind of the frustrating part about this whole show. Well, one, it's Dick Grayson and Jason Todd as orphan thieves. Orphan thieves. Are you kidding me? Who thought that was a good idea? Whoever thought that needs to get fired immediately. That's no. This is stupid as shit. I don't like that at all. And I know I'm not the only one. The comments are all just brutal. And of course, the risk of scrolling through comments and all that and seeing, ugh. Yeah, there's risks to that. And I don't want to, I don't want to risk that. But this whole fucking movie sounds stupid as shit. Dick Grayson and Jason Todd as orphaned thieves. Orphaned thieves. What the fuck is that? That's not Batman lore at all. There's no logic behind that. There's no justification behind that. That's ridiculous as hell. And I know that there's other characters who could easily work in that sense, but Dick Grayson was the first Robin. He was taken up after his parents were murdered, adopted by Bruce Wayne, and raised as Nightwing, as the first Robin, to be Batman's first sidekick, and to help him become better than Batman. It sounds so stupid. I mean, what are they thinking? Right here. What is this crap? Follows Dick Grayson and Jason Todd as orphan thieves, calling themselves a dynamic duo. What? That's stupid as shit. What is this? Who thought this was a good idea? And that's ridiculous. That's so absurd. That's so stupid. That's insane. I cannot describe how dumb that is. That's genuinely so retarded. What the hell is this crap? It's so dumb. It's so crazy. And it's not one of those, it's so bad it's so dumb it could work. It's just stupid. I mean, Jason Todd was the second Robin who Batman met when he was robbing tires off the Batmobile. And Batman was genuinely impressed and took him under his wing as the second Robin. And now I know initially he wasn't really favored as a character. So like Jason Todd and Dick Grayson did not know each other at all beforehand. I guess they've met every now and then, I think, rarely. And I believe Dick Grayson thought that This whole thing sounds stupid. Dick Grayson was thought that Batman was replacing him, and it's ridiculous, dude. This whole goddamn concept of a movie sounds stupid. It sounds so bad. I don't like it, and I clearly other people don't like it, and I don't know who the hell they think they're what who they're making this for. I don't know. Themselves, maybe. That's a likely answer. But it's just, what is this crap? This is such a bad movie concept. Nobody wants this. Just like nobody really wants a Supergirl movie. Nobody really wants a freaking, well, I mean, a Batgirl movie would have been decent, but nobody wanted that one because it was clearly. I just, dude, what, this whole movie sounds stupid. It sounds terrible, and I'm not interested. I'm completely not interested. It sounds like a crap movie. It sounds so terrible because, like, eh, it just sounds like a fever dream, a fever, like a literal fever dream that someone had, and they're like, "Oh yeah, this is a good movie concept. This is a good movie concept." No, it's fucking terrible. It is bad. It needs to be scrapped. And like DC, Warner Bros. Would much rather work on a stupid project like this than make a Batman Beyond movie with the animation style of the Into the Spider Verse movies. It just shows where their priorities are. DC is crazy, and not good crazy. They're just like, what the hell are they thinking about, dude? This whole thing sounds stupid as shit. It sounds lousy. It sounds lazy. And just sounds like slop. Like I said, they would rather make a DC a DC's dynamic duo movie involving two characters who had not met as orphans, as thieves, versus a Batman Beyond Terry McGinnis freaking animated movie. Genuinely fucking baffling to me. How the fuck DC could do this? I mean, we're getting a freaking we're getting a the DCU is in a shit show. I mean, we got freaking Creature Commandos, then we got Superman, and then we got the direct sequel to Peacemaker season 2, where the episode 1 is a fucking gay orgy, and that turns off 65% of the goddamn audience because nobody wants to goddamn see that shit. And Creature Commandos was a fucking fail because nobody talked about it. No, it was a silent release, and nobody fucking talked about it. And it's not a good thing. Your first debut project in the cinematic universe is a flop. And like, oh, but Superman's the first movie. And it's like, no, it shouldn't. It should have been the first project. It should have been the first project with a self-contained story with no other superheroes. But no, it had to have all these dozens of other fucking heroes. And guess what? There's so many things about Superman that piss me off. So many goddamn things about Superman that piss me off. And one of the things is the most frustrating thing that James Gunn does with every goddamn movie he works on. It's killing the serious moment with comedy that ruins the entire moment. It's not funny comedy. It only worked in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1 when Ronan was standing, in front of his wrecked ship, and and he was about to, he was about to, give a speech and all that, and he was about to, it looked like he was about to win. And Star Lord starts dancing, and starts dancing, and he's like, oh, and he's like, what are you doing? And he's like, oh, it's a dance off, bro. And it's that worked. It worked because it fit the character of Star Lord. It fit the character. And two, it fit the vibe of the movie. That's what it did. Now, James Gunn does a pretty decent job with team up hero movies. Pretty decent job. The Suicide Squad was an all right movie. It wasn't a phenomenal movie by any means. It was all right. It was fun. It had a lot of goofy moments. Had a lot of fun. It was fun. That's James Gunn's element. Not solo movies. He's not good at solo movies. It's just he's not. He's not. I initially loved Superman. I didn't love it, but I liked it quite a bit. The more I think about it, the more I don't like it. And then freaking we're getting a Superman freaking 2, which is called The Man of Tomorrow, but apparently it's not a Superman-focused movie. It's a he won't be the pivotal character. He won't be the main fucking character of the sequel of Superman, but did you what is this shit? This DCU sounds like goddamn clusterfuck. It's insane how freaking sloppy this sounds. It sounds like they're just throwing shit at the wall and just seeing what sticks. It's dumb, it's crazy, and I'm tired of it. DC, well, one, and they aren't really making bangers. They made a mediocre Superman movie at best, and some people like Screen Rant are saying that it's the best Superman movie ever, beating Chris Reeves' Superman 1 and 2, which are objectively the best Superman movies to date. Still, there's no comparison. There's nothing like that could be topping it. Those two are the best Superman movies to date. And it's saying that, and people like Screen Rant are just saying it's better than those 2 movies? Absolutely not. There's no fucking comparison. It's not even better than Superman Returns, and Superman Returns was a mediocre movie at best. Now, I loved Brandon Routh as Superman. He did a phenomenal job in that movie. I have no shade, no hate for him. But dude, what the fuck? What the fuck? This shit is ridiculous. It's beyond baffling. It's this is ridiculous thing about this shit. It's just slop. This is just slop. I initially enjoyed it. More I thought about it, the more I was like, I don't like it. Only other show the thing that did that was Fallout, where I initially enjoyed it, started not liking it the more I thought about it. And I'm frustrated, dude. This shit slop. It's bad. Superman's mediocre. James Gunn Superman is mediocre, and it was more of a James Gunn centered movie than a freaking Superman centered movie. No, I'm not bad mouthing David Corn Sweat. He did a phenomenal job. He did a phenomenal job, and I would love to see him as Superman more. He does a great job. I don't like the suit. I like the colors of the suit. I don't like the symbol. I don't like the Kingdom Come symbol. I don't think that's good. I think it needs to be a traditional Superman suit symbol. That's all it needs to be. Little less lines and take away the goddamn collar, the fucking collar. Take away the collar like that, and it could be one of the best suits in cinematic movies. The trunks are perfect. The yellow belt, nice. The highlights in the emblem, nice. The yellow symbol on the freaking cape, perfect. But no, other than that, it just needs less detail. That's all, and it could be one of the best suits in superhero cinematic universe. It could be. And David Cornsweet, he has the build. He could do it. It's great. But they're doing him a disservice like they did with Henry Cavill. They are screwing over anyone who wants to play Superman. And one, they straight up ignore the freaking Americana aspect of Superman. That's ridiculous. You don't do that because that's what Superman is. He's a very pro-American. He stands for truth, justice in the American way. You cannot deny that just because it's inconvenient to you. Just because you want to rewrite that and because, oh my gosh, it's offensive. He's a world superhero, guys. He's a world superhero. I don't care what you think. He can save the world and still be a pro-American hero. It's not that hard of a concept. He can still save the world multiple fucking times and still be pro-America. He can still proudly wave an American flag. Like one of my favorite scenes in Man of Steel is like how do we know you won't turn like is when the general's like how do we know you won't turn on America, and he's like, I grew up in Kansas. It's about as he's like I'm about as American as it gets, and I'm like, I love that. I love that line. That was the most patriotic line we had in a Superman movie in the last 25 years. Um, that's actually 20 years. Superman Returns came out in 2002. But no, it's just ridiculous. It's slop. It's I hate it. The DCU is in a shit show. They have to nail Batman completely. It has to be a blowing out of the box office. It needs to make $1 billion. It needs to be a massive success that draws everyone in. It has to be. Superman, it was mediocre, but they can get by with that. They have to nail Batman. They have to. If they don't nail Batman, the DCU is dead, and I don't. And then they're restarting again. They'll likely restart again. But the issue is they're trying to beat Marvel at their own game. They're trying to beat Marvel at their own game and catch up to Marvel. You don't do that. You can't do both of those things and succeed. You can't. You just cannot. You can be Marvel at your own game by making one solo movie, self-contained with Superman. You might have a subtle reference to a bigger world out there, maybe mention of Gotham City or Coast City or Central City or other things outside of Metropolis. Uh, but guess what? You can do that. You can have subtle references. You don't need them. You can have a subtle reference, but you can have a self-contained story with Superman being the focus hero and no other heroes. It's not necessary. You can have references to maybe other heroes, but you don't need to have 6 different heroes in the goddamn movie. And I know freaking there's freaking Hawk Girl, there's freaking uh don't get me wrong, I love Mr. Terrific. I thought it was one of the best parts of the movie. He was objectively one of the best parts of the movie, and the guy that cast him, perfect choice. It was that's a complete praise I have for that. And I want to see more to Mr. Terrific. I do. I genuinely I love that. I think he was a great character. The actor they it nails the character perfectly. I love it. But dude, overall, it's just slop. It's just trash. I, DC is just not looking good right now. They're not. James Gunn is just kind of they don't have he doesn't have a foundation and he's trying to build on his foundation and it's gonna crumble. It's gonna crumble and burn. If he does not build a stable foundation, the DC cinematic universe that he's trying to build on his foundation will crumble and burn. To make a good foundation, you have to make a good movie. And it's just that not looks like they haven't done that yet. They haven't done that yet. The next movie is Supergirl. The next project, I believe, is Lanterns, which, honestly, that could be good if they don't fuck it up. But like they got the casting for Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart. Fucking perfect. It was great. It's great. It's great. I love the casting for both those characters. It's so good. But I'm scared that they'll fuck it up. And don't get me wrong. If Jon Stewart is the hero, I'm perfectly fine with that. As long as they don't make not Henry Cavill, Hal Jordan, as long as they don't make Hal Jordan the fucking enemy. But we'll see. That could be good. Peacemaker season 2 is actually something I'm not interested. I watched season 1. I enjoyed it. I've refused, and I was actually going to give season 2 the benefit of the doubt. I was going to be like, okay, James Gunn did a decent job. I quite enjoyed Peacemaker season 1. Nope, I'm not watching it. I refuse. I'm never going to watch it. And I know I'm not the only one. I'm not watching it. I know everyone else is like, oh my gosh, not everyone else, but everyone else in this corner is like, it's not good. But dude, anyway, that's all I've got. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments. And I just, yeah, let me know what you guys think about this in comments. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.
But wait, there's more.
Okay, I'm adding this one little detail. And yes, I'm speaking a lot louder. I am fucking ADHD right now. Two things that annoy me about this goddamn movie. Two things. One, they're altering Dick Grayson's origin story. I understand that Jason was a thief who struggled. He was a little kid who stole shit and he stole the tires off the Batmobile too, and all that. Which that did impress. Bruce Wayne or Batman. It impressed him. Dick Grayson though was not a thief. His parents were murdered. The Flying Graysons were murdered. I mean, he was a part of the Flying Graysons, but his parents were murdered, and he was broken by that. Batman saw the similarity between him, his parents being murdered, and Dick Grayson's parents being murdered. And he's like, oh, this kid could become Batman, the next Batman, or become like Batman, or become worse than Batman. So he adopted him so that Dick Grayson would not become Batman, so that he'd become better than Batman. So he'd be a better person. And he could prevent him, so he could give him something that he had lost. Hopefully give him, something that he'd lost. And it irritates the shit out of me. This movie is just a fucking ridiculous, stupid concept. It's so absurd. I'm annoyed by this. It's ridiculous. And yes, I'm going on a goddamn rant. It's annoying. I don't like this movie. It's stupid. And Like, oh my gosh, what the fuck are they? What drugs are they taking to even think about making this movie? It's so dumb. It's ridiculous. It's so insane. I don't like it. I'm not gonna like. I'm not gonna watch it. And I've screen capped dozens of fucking comments that where people say this is a bad idea. And I will say there are many comments that say it's a good idea. Like people say it's an interesting idea. I don't like it because it changes Dick's origin completely. It changes both of their origins because they didn't know each other. They they were around in different ages, and it doesn't work. And apparently, it's going to be. And what I'm hearing is it's going to be part of the DCU. This is going to be part of the DCU, where Batman already is pre-established, supposedly already exists in the universe. We've seen him in Creature Commandos, an outline of Batman and Creature Commandos. This is ridiculous part. The fucking insane, stupid, ridiculous part is that. So we're getting Damian Wayne, and everything I'm hearing about this is what the fuck. So are they going to be both Robins? Are they going to be Robins at the same fucking time? Um, It doesn't make sense if they're Robins at the same time. It's stupid. The whole DCU is just like a shit show right now. It's a fucking cluster. Like I've said this, it's a clusterfuck. It's annoying as fuck. I am just irritated. This fucking thing irritates me. I'm just so fucking annoyed. And yes, this is an extra fucking 6 minutes of this fucking shit while I'm ranting about even more about this. I've been thinking about this, and I don't like it. I don't like everything I've heard from this movie. If it's a part of the main DC universe, the DC cinematic universe, and this James Gunn cinematic universe, I it changes Dick's origin. It, I don't like this. It's an experienced Batman. Everyone wanted this to be a Red Hood and Nightwing fucking movie where they were taking on a Black Mask gang or Joker's gang or something like that. Maybe have Red Hood killing and have Nightwing fucking, being opposed to killing like Batman is. And have that be character conflict and add drama to the fucking movie. But no, fucking no. We're getting Dick Grayson and Jason Todd as orphan thieves. Bruce adopted him. Bruce took him under his wing to become to hopefully steer him to not become Batman, to not become a bitter, traumatized. And dude, I just fucking hate this goddamn fucking shit. It pisses me off. This is such an annoyance. It genuinely is so annoying. Are we ever gonna get a fucking movie with Robin in it? A Robin in it that doesn't fuck up the character or make a mockery of the fucking character. The last time we had a fun and worthwhile Robin was Adam West's Batman. Adam West Batman had a fun Robin. Like Adam West Batman was fun, but no, and that's fine because it was campy. That's what it was meant to be. It was campy. It was fun. It was enjoyable. It was goofy. It was silly. Man, DC, what are you doing? You guys are just being fucking idiots. You are. There's no excuse for it. Anyway, I can go on a rant. Like I said, I can go on a fucking 30-hour long rant about this shit. It's irritating the fuck out of me. All right, that's all I got. Peace.